Better understanding of what really happened to a family killed in their home over the weekend. The mayor has been calling it a mass murder. And the court documents today now paint a picture of a horrific crime and crime scene. And it details how the teenage suspect shot his own family in a matter of minutes early on Sunday morning in their home located along Adams Street. It describes 17-year-old Raymond Childs III deliberately going from room to room, opening fire on his family, his siblings, his parents, as well as a woman who in just a matter of days would have given birth to his own nephew.
Hey, yo, Roscoe, man.
Yo.
Do you remember that affluenza teen, Ethan Couch?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember the rich kid who killed, what was it, 4 people and got away with it because of privilege, basically.
Right.
Yeah, crazy. I remember.
Crazy, right? Hey, yeah. Lawrence, I want to ask you a question, bro.
What's up?
You remember the Menendez brothers?
Yeah, them Cubans that killed their parents, right?
You're absolutely right. Over money, no less.
Yeah, what this world going to?
I actually have a case that trumps both of those.
What's that?
Wow.
It's a case called, it's about a teen that slaughtered his family in Indianapolis. It's called The Horror on Adams Street. And it began with an argument over a teenager coming in late. And I know we all talked about this, but I wanted to hand this over to you guys. This is a very heartbreaking subject matter, and I don't want to get too involved with it. I'm gonna link a story to the previous aforementioned cases as well as this one in the description. But this kid named Raymond Lee Childs III has been formally charged with 6 counts of murder. And I want to get you guys' take on what do you think allegedly was his motivations to do such a thing and how this type of behavior impacts our society. Go in, Warheads.
House, you want to take this, man? You go ahead. Yeah.
All I can say is privilege. And that's it. That's it. That's all. You think that you are able to do anything and get away with anything, and there's no repercussions for anything that you do. And I'm beginning to think that society is playing a big role in all these up and coming serial killers.
Yeah. Well, I want to say I agree and disagree with you to some point. I do believe that society does have or play a big part in kind of helping to. They give off a lot of imagery. We hear a lot of stuff through music. You know, society has helped raise our kids and given our kids a lot of negative stuff. So yeah, I get what you're saying to that degree, but I also go back to the culpability of the parents, and I also
it takes a village.
Yeah. So I do. I get what you're saying, but it just goes back to the parents for me, and I think that regardless of whatever outside influence that comes in, the parent is still there to reinforce their ideals, the way that they raise them, the things that they want to teach them. So I think that the parent is still there to reinforce all this stuff when it's all said and done, or supposed to be.
Yeah, and that's a valid point. But my point is, it don't matter what these parents say. It's the rest of the world that's telling the kids something different. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really meaning like the influences of music and the imagery and all that. It's just the mentality of the world itself, you know, and it's telling the kids to have that same mentality. You know, we used to listen to everything under the sun.
Right.
You know, it didn't make us want to go out and kill our parents.
Right.
Right.
You know, I, I'm I'm just flabbergasted by it all. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous.
Mhm.
Well, I just wanted to add to the conversation. So, this guy, he was a 17-year-old carrying a handgun without a license. It was a Draco that he had when he took to kill murder his family. But the thing that stands out is because he's 17 years old, I don't know when the trial is going to actually take place and if the time that you actually commit the crime matters. But they're saying that he's not even up for the death sentence. That the most they can give him is a
His
life
life.
is a
Yeah.
life sentence. You know, so
Yeah.
I still think he's getting off easy, especially after taking as many lives as he did.
Yeah,
But
but see, some people gonna say, "Oh no," and this is where society come in. They gonna say, "Oh no, he shouldn't even get life. His brain ain't developed yet. He don't even know what he was doing. That's not his fault."
You know what's crazy is you mentioned this, and I'm gonna be brief with this, but this just reminds me of the argument a little bit about the girl who was involved in the R. Kelly situation, the girl who got peed on.
Mm-hmm.
And when Dave Chappelle, he brought up in one of his comedy bits about how old is 15 years old, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you could say the same thing about a 17-year-old, like,
Mm-hmm.
of course we realize that a 17-year-old isn't a fully developed person, but you still have enough wherewithal.
Yeah.
You're still smart enough to realize right and wrong,
Yeah.
you know. So that's just the point I want to make.
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, you do realize right from wrong. But before we go further, just to give a little bit of a breakdown, I wanted to give the dynamic of the people who this 17-year-old child murdered. Kizzy Childs, 42, which was the mother. Raymond Childs, 42, which was the father. Elijah Childs, 18, one of the brothers. Rita Childs, 13. And Kiera Hawkins, 19. And of course, her unborn baby boy. There would have been a seventh victim, which was his 15-year-old brother, but he escaped. He actually tried to offer this man, Raymond, $40 to spare his life. And so he was so cold blooded that even looking at his brother, a person he had spent day in, day out with, probably played games with, he still shot him. The only thing is he didn't finish the job. You know, this is a crazy case, man. And then, well, I'll get into the rest later. What do you guys think about these victims, and especially the most innocent of them all, the unborn baby?
Man, my heart goes out to him. And it's such an unfortunate thing, and I can't imagine the horror that the family was going through at the time. And I read that the father's last words was, "I'm sorry, I love you."
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I really, I can't, I can't place it. I really can't place it, man.
Yeah.
It, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Like it's just hard for me to fathom. Like you just said, I think about those last moments that the family must have went through. So it just seems, again, we could blame it on, and we got to say allegedly about all this stuff because the guy hasn't been through a trial yet. But allegedly there could be some mental issues, or allegedly there could be some other issue that made them come to this. But when well, at least for me, when I went through the story and I'm looking for a reason of some sort as to why this kid might have did this, and I'm just like, if curfew and coming home was the reason for this, and for us, we came to the conclusion that entitlement and the way these kids are, but it's just sad when it's all
Yeah,
said and done.
yeah,
It's completely sad to think that that's that's the extent you want to take this small issue to.
yeah.
So uh,
Yeah.
again, I agree with you, House.
Yeah, the thing I wanted to make mention of was the fact that the baby was a full term baby, didn't receive any gunshot wound whatsoever. And so I'm thinking this child died from the sheer trauma, the sheer evil energy that was in that home. Hearing that Draco go off repeatedly, killing his mother, so on and so forth. But that's that's just one last point I want to make. The fact that he went to his girlfriend's house after it was over and he was able to lie to her and actually pretend that he didn't know what had happened when she heard the report that had went on, and they went back to the house and he started to act a clown, as the girlfriend said, as if he didn't know what was going on. Like, is this a case of disassociation from the event or what? This dude, he is a piece of work, man. Like I said, the Ethan Couch and the Menendez brothers ain't got nothing on this brother.
Yeah, yeah, that's pure evil.
Yeah, and at least with the Menendezes, they had, I guess, they or came up with the reason that money would be the reason why we try to kill off the family, but to, like I said, to have no reason at all, even if there was, you could have the greatest reason ever, no reason, I think.
There's no reason.
But yeah, just to have no reason just
Yeah,
makes it that much more worse.
worse. Yeah,
So just
I,
sad.
I agree. My only takeaway from this is at any exchange, anybody who can hear this this broadcast, increase the love and increase the peace.
yes, yes. I second that emotion.
And I third it all the way.
All right, Warheads, baby.